Common in a wide variety of habitats, sulphur crests are primarily found throughout eastern Australia. They occur almost anywhere there is an adequate food source and large trees with potential nesting hollows. In areas where large trees are absent, they will attempt to nest just about anywhere, although nesting in the ground is rarely, if ever, successful. Their relationship with local Australians is somewhat complex. For many, sulphur crests are a familiar part of the Australian landscape. To others, an unwelcome agricultural pest. Sulphur-crested cockatoos have extended their range and established populations in areas where they traditionally did not occur, even as far away as neighbouring New Zealand. With their snow-white plumage and boisterous personalities, sulphur-crested cockatoos leave a lasting impression. Australia has several species of magnificent white cockatoos. None have such an exaggerated upper bill structure as the long-billed Corella. While cumbersome, or perhaps odd-looking at first, one can soon understand the advantage of having such an appendage. Longbills spend hours digging in the often dry and unyielding earth for succulent plant roots. No other cockatoo is as well equipped for digging. Long-billed Corellas have adapted readily to modern urban life and are now accustomed to living among humans. They have benefited greatly by artificially watered green areas where people live and play, and their numbers are increasing. This has not always been the case. By the 1950s, this species numbered only in the hundreds. Several reasons contributed to this reduction in numbers. Competition with grazing animals for food and a loss of nesting sites by the cutting of large trees. Perhaps what impacted the longbills the greatest during this period were plagues of introduced rabbits, which decimated their food resources. The purposeful introduction of the disease myxomatosis, which caused a crash in rabbit numbers, was a major turning point for the longbills. Like most cockatoos, longbills are highly attached to their mates and form strong, often lifelong pair bonds. They are also doting parents, and pairs continue to feed their grown chicks long after they are fledged. Today, long-billed corellas now number in the thousands and are particularly abundant in the parks and cities of New South Wales. It will take careful management to ensure that both the corellas, with their potential to populate their local habitat, and people live in balance and harmony with one another. When European settlers first arrived in Australia, one of the first reported parrots was the little Corella. They often encountered massive flocks of these small white cockatoos. Hardy and adaptable, they often associate with other parrot species such as the pink and grey-coloured galah and the long-billed Corella. They can be identified from the similar longbill by the lack of pink colouring in the head and neck, shorter bill and puffy blue eye patch. Little corellas regularly join with other cockatoo species while feeding, and in some cases these mixed couples establish pair bonds and mate. The result is a hybrid. Hybrids like this one are much paler than their galah parent, and in this case seems to prefer the company of corellas. Nesting birds defend their hollows vigorously. A successful species, little corellas have increased with modern land practices and will no doubt continue to thrive wherever man influences their environment. In the outlying areas surrounding the city of Perth in Western Australia, the agricultural wheat belt provides habitat for another of the white cockatoos, the western Corella. They're found wherever areas offer even patchy woodland for nesting and raising young. Western Corellas are wary and will often not allow a close approach. They use their exaggerated upper bill for digging up roots and tubers. With such a powerful bill, corellas just can't resist trying it out on any surface. At maturity, they generally form permanent pair bonds. Although this is one of the species of cockatoo that will trade their mate in for a more desirable one in about 25% of cases. It's often easy to correctly identify males from females from size difference alone. This is a playful, fast-learning cockatoo and reported to be one of the most intelligent of Australian parrots.